Hey guys, I'm Pennyhill's Regret and welcome to my studio. Hope everyone had a good Easter break and feels nice and relaxed. Just before we start, if we get rid of some of the boring stuff, if you could please subscribe, like, and tick the notification bell, that would be great, so it can help me keep doing these videos. And also, before we look at the product, I just wanted to say this is not a sponsored video. I bought this with my own cash, and so the opinions are just mine. So you can probably see me playing around with this because it's incredibly small. Today, we're going to be looking at the Dark Mouse Distortion pedal by Donner. Yes, it's tiny. Look at it. It's really cute, isn't it? I love products that are simple to use, take up little space like this, and have a big sound. So I was really attracted when I was on Amazon looking for various distortion pedals to this, just because of the size, and I thought I'd give it a go and share my thoughts with you guys. So what we're going to do is just talk about some of the main features of this. We're going to look at the construction and just some general first impressions that I have, and then we'll plug it in and play around with some of the controls and see what kind of tones we can get. As usual with my reviews, we are going through my Blackstar HT5 Mark II. Because this is obviously a distortion pedal, we're going straight into the clean channel of the amp. I've set it completely neutral. So it's a very pristine sound, so it shouldn't color too much the voice of the distortion pedal. As you can see, it's tiny, fits in your hand. It's really well designed actually, because they managed to get a 2-voice switch up here, which one is the classic and the other is the hyper mode. And then you've got the 2 controls here that you can turn, being a filter and a level. And then obviously you've got the bigger distortion control here. One thing to note, because I'm assuming because of the size, this only runs on a 9-volt power adapter. So there's no battery in this. So if that's something you need, a battery, you'll have to find some other way of powering this thing. But personally, I always run everything off a power brick or directly from a wall plug, so I'm really happy with that. All in all, it's very simple. In, out, you've got 3 controls here and a toggle between the 2 functions, and that's on and off. Makes some nice sound actually. The graphics I kind of like. It's slightly taking inspiration from another very well-known pedal, but I really like it. It's cute, it's understated, so that's kind of cool. Just before we plug in, I just wanted to mention that I have had quite a bit of experience with the original Rat pedal. It's obviously quite a iconic pedal, so I'd be interested to see how this relates to that and how close it actually gets. So let's get going and see what it sounds like. Okay guys, so you heard the sound samples. As usual, let me know in the comments what you think. If you thought it sounded good, bad, if you were expecting something different. As you can tell, there was quite a bit of range and movement in the dials. So I was pleasantly surprised with kind of the versatility and the fairly wide scope of the distortion control. So you could go from fairly, mild overdrive to full-blown fuzzy distortion. So what do I think about it? Overall, I like it. Am I going to keep it? Probably, yes. I think I am going to keep it. What I found very interesting was that I naturally gravitated towards a very low level of distortion. I liked how it pushed the amp, and so as a classic overdrive, so not so much as a distortion pedal, I really like that sound. I didn't particularly fall in love with the heavy overdriven sound, but that again is maybe a personal preference. It's something which I to a certain degree had also with the original Rat pedal, but I thought, especially in the classic mode, with the controls fairly 12 o'clock and the distortion level maybe around 2 o'clock, it actually sounded very good. It had a nice ring to the chords, good rock and roll sound. It could go very easily into a hard rock sound. I really liked it. I don't think this is a good pedal if you want to go heavier than that. It becomes very fuzzy. It's not really a chugging or a shredding pedal at all. I also don't think it's supposed to be. So kind of the inspiration behind it is something else, obviously. So if that's what you're looking for, maybe look at another Donner pedal. But this one is maybe for that late 70s, 80s kind of sound. Another feature I really liked about this pedal was that by bringing down the toggle switch to the hyper mode and bringing up the gain, it almost became fuzz-like in sound. So basically it gave a very rough, a very jagged sort of sound to the guitar, and especially when playing, single line rhythm tracks, has a certain quality to it, has almost like a stoner rock quality to it, which I thought sounded really, really interesting. And I do like that. I don't know how often I'm going to use it personally, but you can certainly get, some early Sabbath out of it. You can get some pretty cool sounds. So overall, what are my thoughts on it? I definitely like it. I am going to keep this, and I'm going to put this on my pedal board. I thoroughly enjoyed over the past 2 weeks playing this little mouse, whatever it's called. And I think, considering the fact that at the time that I bought it, it was between 30 and 35 pounds on Amazon, this is really good value. Even if you don't use it as your main distortion sound. So, personally, I would naturally go with the distortion in my amp. But as an extra kind of level, if you want to just boost it, you can put the distortion quite low and then use the level just to boost the signal in front of the amp. Or if you want to add just a completely different kind of fuzzy distortion, it also works fantastic like that. So it brings just a different dimension to your sound. I think it's well worth the money. Great construction. It does make a little bit of noise, so if you have a noise gate, it's probably good to use it with that. But overall, really like it. I think Donner are one of the main companies that are really making some really good mini pedals, and I think this will definitely stay, and a lot of people will like it because it's inexpensive. You can have a few of these and just switch them around and see what works best for a gig or whatever. Yeah, I like it. Thumbs up. Go check it out. I'll put, as usual, the link to this in the description below the video. Again, please like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you get all my new videos in real time. And that's about it. I'm gonna go play some guitar, so peace.